In 1975, Italian singer-songwriter Nada was onto her fourth album, the retro-themed,
1930, Il Domatore Delle Scimmie.
which translates to 1930, The Tamer of the Monkeys, and from that album, the track Sexy Rosa.
Sono le tre, tra poco arriverà. Il mio cuore sente già l'atmosfera magica da favola.
Notice the textures we've got going already. We've got the light piano over that sort of bossa nova acoustic guitar, and then that kind of oompa uh, hi hat comes in as the lyrics get underway, giving sort of a 1930s era feel mixed with some other influences, like of course like the dun, 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 dun. I was actually thinking of like bossa nova there, maybe because of the chording, but dun, 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 it's actually kind of like 2/4, kind of maybe mimicking the way the banjo was used back in the 20s, early 30s. So music hall, oompa.
La luna sta baciando la città nella stanza musica.
I love the angularity of that chord change, the way they throw in that B flat.
Che fondo giusto che sa diventare complice romantico.
Beautiful way to place to put in a C major seventh.
Eccolo qui, ascolto i passi che si avvicinano forti. Ai ai
Here are all the beautiful layers we've got going here. We've got that slide guitar that just forms, that's basically the chorus of the song, or so it seems. And we've got that tinkly piano runs, like interjecting into the guitar parts. Let's catch up with the lyrics here. Translated, of course. It's 3 o'clock. It's coming soon. My heart already feels the magical atmosphere of a fairy tale. The moon is kissing the city in the music room. Bright background that knows. Become a romantic accomplice. I'm not sure how accurate this translation is. Here it is, listening to the steps that they sneak up on you. I have red lips and a dress of roses. He is handsome, 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 and the pink dress. Come in, look and throw a bouquet of roses, all a pink smoke around him. This is pretty self-evident where this is going. Low lights for two lovers, pink movies, kiss, bite my skin, tender and pink. Interesting, like, romantic imagery here. His passion overwhelms me. Above all things, all a pink smoke inside us. I'm almost like picturing this whole like in black, white, and pink, or black, white, and red. Black, white, red, and pink. Sexy appeal, he wants me this way. I'll be his on a cloud, all scented like him. Then he touches me slowly with a rose petal. His hands are gentle, warm, and harmonious. I feel it big, fresh, like a rose, all a pink smoke inside us. So that's all a pink smoke inside us is like a metaphor for that flush of passion, excitement, intensity, sexual escalation. Here then, he already bites me, smiling, he gets up quickly and sign with a kiss and leave. Sexy, I know he was sexy though. I am happy because he will return. His pink paradise is here. His pink paradise is here. That's quite a metaphor. Sexy, sexy pink, enough. I just can't take it anymore yet. Talking about sexual ecstasy. Um, Maybe a clandestine lover. Um, Maybe a man in town on business. Maybe a man kind of in town, like a military man or something. A naval fleet, in town. Who knows?
Labbra rosse, rosse, vestito di rose. Lui è bello, 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 è vestito di rosa.
Now, having read those lyrics or the translation of them, I'm noticing more of the slightly erotic tone of her singing, that kind of flirtatious tone.
Entra, guarda, scaraventa, un mazzo di rose. Tutto un fumo rosa intorno a lui. Luci, bassi per due amanti dei film rosa. Bacia, morde la mia pelle tenera e rosa. La sua passione mi travolge sopra ogni cosa.
Look at it. Hear that the grit she puts into some of those syllables.
Tutto un fumo rosa dentro noi. Sexy appeal, lui mi vuole così. Sarò sua su di una nuvola. Tutta profumata come lui. Poi mi tocca piano come un petalo rosa. Le sue mani son gentili, calde e armoniose.
I love the harmonics of that chorus where those female backup singers come in, and the what it does to the tonal center of it all, of that part.
Lo sento grande, grande fresco come una rosa. Tutto un fumo rosa dentro noi. Ecco che poi lui di già, sorridendo, si alza in fretta e firma con un bacio e se ne va. Sexy, lo so, era sexy, però son felice perché ritornerà. Il suo paradiso rosa è qua. Sexy, sexy rosa.
Some really tasty arrangements right there. We have those guitars, those like Italian sounding acoustic guitars, and the rhythmic component got a little bit more was pacing things along in a unique way. It was once again not very like obvious beats. It was emphasizing sort of kind of off beats and giving kind of a rollicky feeling, almost slightly tipsy, you could say. And her vocals, while drawing upon the Italian vocal tradition, quite soulful as well. It of course, knowing what the lyrics meant kind of brought out made me take notice of a certain character in the singing. But I would say influenced by American music of the 1930s, and also her own national traditions, and that's kind of like the best of both worlds. Um, the retro pop element and the Italian folk class, like operatic tradition that she would have been surrounded by growing up with. Let's hear another track off the album. The next one, track 3 on the album,
Perché non doni il tuo amore mai?
which translates to "Why don't you give your love never?" Or actually, I would imagine, "Why don't you ever give your love?"
A meno che ti creda un re e gli altri siano solo villani senza un volto, perché non doni il tuo amore mai, a meno che non sei uno sciocco o troppo timido, a meno che non sia paura, perché non doni il tuo amore mai.
I love that part right there. That fold out of the melody.
Ma non vedi, ognuno ne ha bisogno sempre più. Non lo credi, eppure ne hai bisogno anche tu. Ma tu non doni il tuo amore mai. Ma tu
Let's catch up with the lyrics here. Unless you think of yourself as a king, and the others are alone, Villani without a face. Villani? Why don't you give your love ever? Unless you're a fool or too shy, unless it's fear, why don't you give your love ever? But you don't see, everybody needs more and more. You don't believe it, and yet you need it too, but you never give your love. And if you don't have a straw heart, and if those blue eyes, they are not just false gems, why don't you ever give your love? But you don't see, everybody needs more and more. You don't believe it, and yet you need it too, but you never give your love. Why don't you I guess it's maybe about a playa, about an aloof, kind of love him and leave him type guy that she and many other women in town have been charmed by and have tried to tame to no avail.
non doni il tuo amore mai, e se non hai un cuore di paglia, e se quegli occhi blu non sono solo gemme false, perché non doni il tuo amore mai. Ma non vedi, ognuno ne ha bisogno sempre più.
the song went from like open cadences to more closed cadences, and yet kept its structure. And so we're experiencing like this like fold out vocal line in two different ways. And
Perché non doni il tuo amore, perché non doni il tuo amore, perché non doni il tuo amore mai.
yeah, kind of a barroom track right there, written by Enzo de Lucia, who wrote about half the songs on this album. And the prior track, Sexy Rosa, was a co-write between Nada and Henryk Topel, who played a big role in this album. Although not a lot of credits, interestingly, on Discogs. Oh, he was in Reale Accademia Di Musica, I guess. As a matter of fact, it looks like both the like male writer co-writers were involved in So this album kind of has some tie-in with that band. I was looking to see the credits on it. They don't give me any information as to who played like the piano or the guitar. I really like. I was interested in who played the piano because I really liked those flourishes in both songs that were kind of tinkly, light. The color of the cover of this album is very beautiful. She's wearing a 1930s red dress with like one of those Dust Bowl hats, or actually maybe it's a mixture of like Edwardian and 30s. I get it's 30s. I was thinking the hat kind of for a minute kind of threw me. It's a big hat, but it's one of those hats that kind of droops to one side, and it's got all these pink flowers on it. And I guess it kind of ties in with the lyrics to "Sexy Rosa." She's got a monkey on her arm, tying in with the album title. Yeah, it's supposed to be evocative of the 1930s. Red, fluffy hair underneath the hat. Yeah, beautiful pink dress, kind of chiffon lower part. Anyway, that was two songs by Nada from her 1975 album,
1930, Il Domatore Delle Scimmie.
or as it translates, 1930, The Tamer of the Monkeys. Yeah, her fourth album from this Italian pop singer and sometimes songwriter and vocalist who put out her first album in 1969 and is still active. Now 65 years old. Yeah. Anyway, for more rubies and sapphires from from this and the Nada album before it, and many other Italian pop, folk, symphonic rock, jazz rock, library music, electronic, and new wave albums, see the directory of albums from artists from Italy, linked in the description below. For reds and purples from this artist as well as many others. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about these two songs, their lyrics, the music, the arrangements, and such. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear travel trimaximalist, signing off.